remember when the world changed, only that it did. One day, the sun rose warm and familiar, and the next, it was wrong. Not darker, not colder, just wrong. Like the light wasn't reaching me the way it should, like it didn't want to. The shadows are too long now. They stretch and breathe when they think I'm not looking. It started with the tapping, soft, rhythmic, at my window. I live on the 12th floor. At first, I told myself it was the wind, the pipes, a bird, maybe. But the sound doesn't stop when I cover my ears, and it doesn't stop when I scream. It changes. And last night, it spoke my name. I didn't dream that, I promise. I was awake, paralyzed under my sheets, my throat filled with concrete, while something whispered to me from the corner of my room. I couldn't see it, thank God, but I could hear it breathing, wet, hungry breaths. And when it spoke, it wasn't my voice, but it knew how to wear it. It told me things only I would know, things I hadn't said aloud since I was a child. I think it's always been here, waiting, watching, feeding. Every night it gets closer. My room feels smaller. The walls groan like they're holding their breath. And the worst part? I think I let it in. I keep waking up to the window open, even though I swear I locked it the night before. The air smells sweet, rotted, like fruit left in the sun for too long. I see things now. Shapes that shouldn't be there. Faces in the static when the TV flickers. Sometimes they smile. One day, it just stopped, for weeks. The tapping, the whispers, the smells, all gone. My windows stayed shut, and I slept through the night. I went outside again, and the sun felt warm. People smiled at me. I smiled back. I almost believed it was all over. I convinced myself I just imagined it all. Stress, insomnia, whatever. I started dating someone. We laughed. I felt human again. But the thing about facades, they crack. I woke up one night, and she wasn't in bed. And I found her standing by the window, her back to me. The window in front of her was open. She wasn't breathing. Her head jerked to the side, too fast, too sharp, like a marionette learning how to move. When she turned to face me, her eyes weren't hers. They weren't anyone's. Just pits, black and shining. And when she smiled, it wore my mouth.
I missed you,
it said. I turned and tried to leave. I packed a bag, booked a motel 2 towns over. I made it as far as the elevator. The doors slid open, and there it was, waiting. Not a shape, not a figure, but a presence, thick and smothering. My lungs felt wet, like I was drowning in air. The lights flickered, and for half a second, I saw it. It wasn't human. It was an animal. It was a suggestion of something terrible, wrapped in the skin of 1,000 wrong answers. Its head jerked, like it didn't know how to wear the shape it was trying to be, and it smiled. I woke back up in my bed, and the window was open. Weeks passed. I didn't fight it anymore. I went to work. I smiled at people. I laughed. It all felt hollow, but it kept me safe. Or maybe it kept the others safe from me. Then the dreams started. I wasn't in my bed. I was somewhere deeper, a place beneath the skin of the world. I walked endless halls of wet, breathing stone. Faces pushed against the walls, too blurred to recognize, but I knew they were screaming. The air pulsed, like lungs too large to see were sucking the oxygen from the space. There was a door, wood, smooth and polished, like it was grown from the wall. There was something on the other side. It knocked, not tapped, but knocked, loud, deliberate, patient. In the dream, I opened it. I woke up, choking on dirt. It's inside me now. I can feel it crawling, coiled around my bones, whispering. My thoughts aren't always mine. Sometimes I hear them in its voice, and sometimes I black out and wake up somewhere else. The rooftop, the basement, the middle of the street with no shoes. Always somewhere higher or lower than when I started. It wants me to jump or dig. I hear scratching beneath the floorboards now. Something hollow and wet, echoing up from the foundation. I think it's digging too, trying to meet me halfway. But it's not just me, it never was. I found a journal, not mine, pages rotted, brittle, buried in the wall. Dozens of names, each one ending with the same final words, carved so deep the paper split. It knows your name too. My name is there now, but not just mine, yours. Everyone who reads it, like it knew you would. The knocking stopped. The door is opening. It's not coming for me anymore. It's coming for you. If you hear the tapping, don't answer. Please don't answer. It's not the wind. It knows your name too. And now, it doesn't need to knock anymore. This concludes this episode of Night Theater. I'm Christopher Ryan. And remember, never watch alone.